these are my takeaways from class, the first week of it in the spring term. The two things that really made an impact on me were the having versus being mode and the passive stimulation. And I've been thinking a little bit about how they might be connected. And for whatever reason, I'm not sure, but our society really likes to be instantly gratified. And I think that's a large part of having mode. For instance, with a relationship, like a spouse or someone that you're seeking, it's almost like we buy them, because you put in the effort and you try to woo them, and then once you get married, it's almost like you've bought them, and then that's when, since you're in the having mode, you know everything kind of changes. You don't have to do that work anymore, and then you become more passive. And I suppose what some people don't realize about the being mode is, I think they only see that it does require more effort, but the product is not the same. It's more beneficial to be in the being mode because I think the payoff is bigger. And instead of buying something and getting an instant gratification, you have progressive stimulation over a long period of time. But if you're in this having mode, that instant gratification wears off very quickly. Just like when you fall in love, eventually those feelings die down, and so it's a large rush of hormones, and then eventually, when things calm down, perhaps people become confused about why all these feelings they had are less intense, and then, since they're not used to doing the work in the being mode, in the past it is very easy to get angry. And I took away a lot from passive stimulation because I think there is so much to have in our culture that we're not ever really encouraged to be in the being mode. So, when you're playing video games at home and you've got homework going on, but you have the video game and you're into it because you're driving a fast car that you don't have in real life, and you have some kind of power, and it makes you feel really excellent. But then you have what I guess I called your obligatory consciousness in TED class is kind of kicking in and nagging at you, and eventually, once you, perhaps your parents tell you to turn off the video game or whatever, when it gets too late, once that stimulation is gone and your high wears off quickly, you still want to be stimulated, and then it's much easier to be scared and get upset about all the homework you have, instead of diving right into it and doing it. So fear is a whole other issue that I thought about, but hopefully we'll talk about it more. So I don't know if any of that was unclear, but those are the two big things I took away: having mode and passive stimulation.